Welcome to Corey's Confessional, where secrets are spilled and dignity's killed.
Hey guys, today's going to be more chill podcast. If you want to see the Maldives Exile, skip to the last 15 minutes. There'll be a thumbnail or timestamp rather somewhere here, I guess. We actually did like an hour, but we had to stop and keep going, and then something happened to the mic, so we had 45 minutes that we couldn't even really hear, unfortunately. But she had a really interesting story. I mean, for speaking out against her country's not even really religion at first, but just any kind of social issue. Just posting on, I think it was Facebook, and then they were keeping her under, I don't want to say captive or observation. They basically for 8 hours, I think, pretty much every day, just looking through her stuff, asking her 1,000 questions over and over, trying to get her to sign answers that she didn't say, basically so that they could take her into prison and torture her until she then, admits to being a perfect Muslim, I guess, which she would have done anyways. But yeah, they have some pretty wacky rules over there. It's a massive culture shock coming from Canada. It wasn't exactly like a funny conversation, it was a little bit light, but I mean, the subject matter was so crazy. Um, yeah, I remember meeting an African lady also in Malaysia who I think she was from Zantanea or something like. I'm really bad at geography, but it was pretty much every relationship it was normal for the guy to beat the girl. Which, I mean, you know, my grandfather might say like back in the good old days, but in Canada that don't fly. It's crazy, man. I feel like I really traveling in all these poor countries and really hanging out in the villages as well. Like you get some sort of insane gratitude if you let it for where you're from. I mean, being from Canada, I mean, I've hit the lottery, and it's not fair. It's crazy. But yeah, if you want to check that out, I'll be at the end. I went to the northern part of Vietnam. I stopped playing poker for 3 weeks straight, overnight, not seeing the sun, losing my mind at this hostel, and now I'm back. But I'm gonna go do the Ha Giang Loop tonight. It's a 4-day uh, scooter tour that you do, because I mean, so many people drive scooters in northern Vietnam, even though they haven't driven them for their first like ever, scooters or bikes, I guess. And but a lot of people die, and that would be me. I'm so clumsy that there's no way I was going to drive a bike or a scooter for the first time in northern Vietnam with all these crazy roads. No way. And they're even cracking down on the laws now where they're looking more for licenses and stuff because of this exact reason, just tourists falling off mountains. So that was not going to be me. But we just went to this little town, me and my friend Tom, called Tagzoa, which is in the Never Eat Sour Water, the western part of the northwest of Vietnam. And we went and walked for a few hours just in the kind of random location. We found like a little tea village that just lived in the mountain. There's only maybe, I don't know, like a dozen houses, and they never leave their village their whole life. They just make tea and sell it. And this guy offered us some tea. We had like a few cups with him, and then we bought a little bit off of him, and it was a really cool local experience. Also, for the point that it reminded me of Indonesia when I was on this little island of 100 people. There was no service and no English, whereas here, obviously, no English. Like, there's not much in Vietnam other than the big cities, but there was the translate app didn't work because what they speak wasn't regular Vietnamese. It was like a dialect or something. So, we were trying to talk like, oh, like, what kind of tea is this? He's like, your dress is very pale or something, like it didn't make any sense. But that was an interesting day. And just the scenic, like the nature is so crazy, I think it might be one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. I mean, New Zealand was crazy on the trail, looking at all these mountains, but yeah, it's like mountain range on mountain range, and something about the rice paddies on how it, like, I don't know, kind of overlaps onto each other. Nah, it was quite sweet. And that same day, all these locals, we kept going to the same restaurant every day. Um, and these, yeah, we were there pretty late one day, the one day that we drank. And all these people that were they were working there, and one guy from Hanoi who spoke a little bit of English asked us over to have some apple wine that they were making themselves. Like it was just a bunch of like apple cores, I guess. Not really apple cores as I would describe it. It almost looked like a nut or something. I don't know. They said it was apple wine, and we did a million shots of that, and we'd have some sort of cheers. I can't remember it now. It was like ha hoo ya ha hoo do hi ha ah, and then we all cheer. It was so much fun. It was really sweet. Yeah, just really wholesome little place. We were staying right on a ridge of a mountain, so like everywhere you go, you can just try all the coffees and just hang out, just look at all these views. You didn't really have to go far. We did get up at I got up at 3 a.m. to go get a sunrise somewhere. We paid like 900,000 dong, dong, for a taxi, and we waited there for I think 6 hours. And you're supposed to be able to like walk over the clouds. We all we saw was fog, so that was pretty rough. It's hot as balls, man. Oh my god, it's hot as balls. Ugh. That's a weird expression, hot as balls. I guess my balls are never cold. That is true. But when it gets cold, they go inverted. I guess because they're always trying to stay warm. That makes sense. Maybe your wiener's doing the same thing. That's why it gets small. It's like going into more body. Hmm. It does make sense. Oh, cool. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I like when all the little. I love that. Like I think a stereotype with Asian girls is that they're very like anime-y, right? Or like a lot of those will be kind of viewed as stereotypes, I guess. So, but the girls will be like, "Hello," and you're like, "Hello," and they're like, "Oh," they just giggle. Oh, it's so adorable. What do I have here? I can't even understand my own freaking writing, man. Uh, Alcohol shots, yeah, okay. Girls giggling, okay. No, that's it. That's all. That's the pod. um, our Germans, yeah. So we hung out with a German, right? Think about Germans and British people and French people. I mean, French are their own thing. I guess they're viewed as the snooty Europeans, but are they? I don't know if they're actually less happy than us, or if it's just that I don't know, that they don't like loud noises culturally. Like it's just not a thing that they would do. It's just been ingrained in them that it's viewed down upon. But when people are very energetic about something, that's what gets me, I think, really hyped up too. I match that energy, and I get really excited and happy. But for them, maybe they have more peace in some way because they're more chill. But and I obviously, like in North America, if they're not able to be okay in quiet because everyone's so loud, then maybe there's a correlation there. Maybe that would be bad. But yeah, it seems like they're so serious. I was hanging out with a German for 5 days. Hilarious girl, actually. And she had her moments. But man, they're just so serious face. Like they have the resting bitch face. Hey, yeah, it's quite interesting. Like how I think some of them are probably just as happy as me. But I would never know. Like it's it's uh it's a weird one. Like I remember doing stand up in New Zealand, and I had two German friends who would come all the time, and every show they would get roasted, and they'd be like, "Oh, you guys are German? You guys are allowed to laugh?" And I'm over here like, guys, this is half the crowd. You know, leave them alone. They're here all the time just to support me. Like, chill, dude. The poor Germans, man. They've had it pretty rough, I think. Um, yeah, traveling with people versus alone. I mean, I haven't traveled a lot with people. I've been alone for so long. I traveled with my ex for a little while, and I traveled with a few people in uh, in Indonesia for a few weeks, which was amazing. Like my best friend from New Zealand, his girlfriend, and my now other friend. It was awesome. And now I traveled with Hot Baby Tom this week. Hot Baby Tom. I mean, yeah, someone called him hot, someone called him a baby, hence the name. And he was the only 19-year-old on the TA trail that I was doing in New Zealand. I think of thousands of walkers, surely. I met hundreds, because I was on it forever. And yeah, I've never met quite someone like him who was so young and that I connected with so much. Like he has an old soul. I was telling, like he's a kind of an old grumpy British guy who just really drinks his tea. He brought a ceramic mug on his book bag, or on his book bag, on his hiking bag. A ceramic mug, like everyone's so to the T with all of your like weight in your bag, and he brought a ceramic mug and like 300 tea bags or something. Yeah, and now when he's here, he's leaving Asia in a couple of days, and he's just had so many different kinds of teas in his bag. I'm pretty sure he's at like 6 or 7 now. Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, I was telling him he should get like a little monocle, because he's grumpy and he's like kids nowadays, and he's very conservative. He's like, oh, the transgenders are taking over, and and apparently he does have one of those little watches with the chain, which is quite hilarious. Which is a very old man thing. Yeah, he had me cracking up the other day because he was saying that if his kid was gay, that uh, he wouldn't react much because if he reacts too positively or negatively, whichever, it might push him in a certain direction. Because what if he's just being intimidated at school and that's why he's gay? I was like, can you imagine someone being bullied into being gay? Like, I don't know what like all these far right people or just right conservative people think, but man, it's way harder to be gay socially in school. Still, I imagine, right? Because straight guys with lots of testosterone who are angry teenagers don't know what to do with the gays. Maybe it's cool now. Maybe it's all right. Maybe it makes you different. Maybe it adds on to something in some areas of the world, but I don't think that many people are getting bullied into it. You want to hang with us, you gotta suck this cock. Like, there's just no way. uh, I was hanging out with this new friend I met the other day from the UK, and Dubai, and a bunch of other places actually, but very interesting cat. She told me, just walking in the streets, hanging out, and she was saying how she's made herself come twice simply by using her thoughts. And that both times it was thinking about how attracted she is to herself. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that makes you a narcissist or anything. But yeah, maybe it's the best form of self love. you know? But can you imagine how much of a tease that must be? Looking at yourself naked every day in the mirror, knowing you'll never be able to tap that. I wonder if a lot of gay people, if they could clone themselves, they'd smash. Probably. Like that mom in Rick and Morty who like fucks her clone. It's pretty awesome. All right. I like when things just go dead air in my head too, and I'm just like, all right, well, I'll do this on stage, and I don't know. I think it's funny, but people just get more uncomfortable. I feel, which I also like. I love when people get uncomfortable. It's sick. Uh, oh yeah, she was able to manifest things. This was crazy. I don't know. I don't know what I think about a lot of spirituality and manifestation. I've seen a lot of people in New Zealand who are very spiritual, but there seems to be something to even if it's placebo to manifestation. But this friend I had, the coming to herself lady, she had a crazy manifestation story where she saw this band. It was her favorite band. It was Radiohead, and she got a back seat pass, like to the after show. So she's at the after show of Radiohead's concert, and one band member's there, and she ends up being able to talk to him and getting her CD signed. Right? So she has this CD, and she's telling everyone about it, and she's all pumped, and people are asking her about it, and all these things. And then when she was in the bus, she didn't notice until she got off, but she realized that someone had robbed her, and they took the CD, which is also kind of crazy. Who's taking a CD? But she didn't tell anybody for ages. And in her brain, she said, "Oh, it's okay. I already have my record that's blue and I love it. That's signed by the whole band." And it, for whatever reason, she just believed this, right? She like a week later, or maybe not that long, but she messages all these people in like these, and she still never told anybody. She's like, "Yeah, I love my CD." Didn't say this thing to anybody. She didn't want to bring in like other negative energies from somebody who might be like, "Oh, that really sucks," like that you lost your CD, and then she might get into more bummed out mode. She didn't let it phase her, and she messaged all these marketing people in Radiohead and like the thing that owns their label or whatever. And one, like a couple weeks later, does get back to her, and he's like, "Hey, like I'm so sorry this happened to you." She sent like a big message, right? Kind of a heartfelt thing. "So sorry this happened to you. Could you please give me an address, and I'll send you. I think we have this thing laying around. We're about to change offices. I could just mail it to you." And she's like, "Yeah, of course." And she like gets, sends him an address, whatever, of her friend's address, and it shows up like a month later. He actually mailed it. I think a message on LinkedIn or something, and it was blue, and it was signed by the whole band, and it was exactly what she had manifested. You know, I don't think she's lying, right? So that means what? That there's something more? I don't know, man. It's a crazy story. And even she's telling it, she's like, "I know it sounds crazy, but this is what happened." And she's had this a few times, That might be the most specific crazy one but like, and she did message the people, but still that's manifestation. Like I don't know. I feel like if something happens to you like that, of course you're gonna believe in it. But I guess you have to kind of believe in it for it to work. Just like Santa Claus or Jesus. I don't know. I had an ex girlfriend in Canada who was really into people reading her and reading her dreams and stuff like that. And I used to not think much of it, especially because she said if you're not open to it, then it won't work. And then I thought to myself, well, that means it's just probably a placebo, or like they're just trying to find gullible people, They already want to believe in it, so they'll find something that makes it match. But even her stories were pretty crazy. They were like, "Oh, like I know you haven't. You basically like, oh, I know you had a miscarriage. Like I know there's three of you in heaven when you die, or stuff like that. And she's like, "Oh my god, how would you possibly know that?" She hadn't even told her mom or whoever. So this kind of thing, right? Where you do hear some stories like that. Maybe I will go see like some people just to see what they say. I don't know. I just find it's kind of bullshitty if like they're like, "Oh, you're not open enough," because I'm skeptical. Obviously, I've never seen any supernatural thing in my life that I was like, "Oh yeah, for sure." But in New Zealand, I mean, there's so much spirituality. I met a guy who, for all like other in all other ways, just like a normal guy. He's like 50. I stayed with him and his wife for a night, and he said he could see the future in small ways, and it hasn't happened in a long time. But that when he was younger, it used to happen more frequently, and he would go hunting, and his brothers would be like, "Oh, are you like, what are we gonna get tomorrow?" And he'd say, "Well," and he'd say, I see like a bunch of blue, and it's going to be a hard hunt, but we're going to get at least one. Something like that, right? And of course, like the next day, it's like buckets of like blue stuff was on the ground, and all the pigs like ran into it or something, like paint or something like that in the woods, like something random, and it all like kind of matched to his dream, and this kind of thing. Where I've heard a lady, then it gets kind of wackier and wackier. Like I've heard a lady who said that she could see her past lives and that one of them was from Atlantis and stuff like that. Where I'm like, okay, but if other people can corroborate the seeing future thing, even if it's vague, it's kind of crazy, right? Like, because if you believe that and then you do something and it's so specific and it happened, I don't know. Hard thing to prove, hard thing to disprove. I guess that's why it's kind of fun. And then I see like a lot of people who've seen a ghost in Indonesia and in Malaysia. And one of them was the same ghost. Like there's a picture of it or a drawing of it or something. And it was one that my Indonesian friend who I interviewed on this pod had seen, and a Malaysian girl had also seen the same. And he didn't even believe in ghosts. He he just saw it. So that's crazy too, right? I'm like, oh well, all right. So maybe some people do just see it, but then how is there no like do not see a picture or something? Maybe it's so fleeting. Like I don't know. But I guess all the I'm gonna say some science, but is it not like all the atoms in our body um like are kind of empty? Oh geez, I'm talking bullshit now. But most of the things in our body are like if you were to condense it, it like comes down to like nothing or something. And that pretty much all of them have been like in the universe for forever and have been in multiple different organisms. Which kind of makes sense, you go back into the universe somehow. So like you, Corey, like me, Corey Guitar doesn't continue, but I might continue within something else some way or dispersed into something, even though I'm technically dead. Yeah, it's fascinating. I think like this whole "we are so small" thing really freaks people out, but it can also chill you out. Like it's like if you can change your perspective into being so present and so here, then the longevity doesn't matter. Oh, but then you're just that super peace, eh? But people are just so stressed; they just want to everything to last a long time for it to have value and freak themselves out. It's quite sad. I would say I see it here, but less. I think people here, when you're struggling so much, like there's a reason why there's no suicides in a lot of the African countries. Like they're just too busy, man. They're too busy to get stressed out in that way. They're too busy to get in their head so much for years that they just go crazy and want to kill themselves. It just doesn't really happen because people are just too busy working outside and getting shit done. And plus, I think the sun is massive. Like when I didn't see the sun here, like I was really losing my shit. Yeah. So basically, we should all go move to Africa and make no money, and then we'll be happier. Um, yeah. What is this? Oh yeah, I took I did my first headlining set. I did 23 minutes. I was gonna do 30, but I mean everyone kind of bombed. The guy before me only got like 2 laughs, I think, in this whole 10 minutes. I mean it was a rough set. I think doing it for 10, 15 people, especially only doing a few sets over the last 6 months, has been difficult because even last like the two in Indonesia were fine. Like there was easy crowds, and then this one being a not easy crowd where there's only like 10 people and you're in a very small room and people are yelling everywhere. You want to connect with them and be right there with them, and feel what they're feeling. And I think when you're not doing stand up for so long, I'm just trying to remember my jokes, and I'm just want to you can feel too performative, and I think that's they feel that too. And if then I start stressing out, they feel that. So yeah, I kind of bombed, but also I just love doing stand up, man. I think like when I don't do it for so long, I get almost in my head to like stop doing this pod or stop doing the stand up or stop doing this and that, getting attached to numbers or laughs. I mean, all these results, like, what are you doing anything for, man? I like doing this pod. It's fun. And the last couple pods, like, barely any listening hours compared to the other ones, and that's okay. I thought Cool Guy Guitar was so much fun. And yeah, I guess I'm just feeling more chill for this one. I mean, the last 15 is kind of a more. I'm still me, but it's still Pretty retarded, but the greatest word of all time. But yeah, it's a more serious tone. I love that word. Like, I love that it's number three. You know, you got the N word, the gay slur F word, right? And then you got the R word. And the R word's awesome because it's just been on the line for like 25 years. It's sick. It holds the line. I think it's so powerful. Retard, that word, so powerful that no other word has even gotten close. Like, what about cunt? Like, that word, if a Canadian says it or North American, it sounds really harsh, you know? But Australians and Kiwis, no problem. And it sounds very cartoony and cute when they say it. But it doesn't even get really talked about as like a forbidden word, you know? I suppose like there are other ones like like a lot of the racial ones. I guess I probably couldn't even say them. Yeah, the ones that they got Shane Gillis canceled for the with Asian people. So I guess there's a couple, but to be fair, they're not you know that big of a deal in comparison. I think at least in North America. I guess there's the Jew one. Okay, there's a couple. I bet the Jew one's being used a lot right now. Holy crap, man! I was hanging out at this barcade last night where I did the stand-up show actually, and I met some crazy guys. You know, the one guy was just like, "Well, what back when I did meth for 10 years," and like, everything was just like the craziest thing that came out of his mouth every 2 seconds. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if he was like, "Well, yeah, I killed a couple guys," this kind of dude. But he was so sweet and nice and just a crazy life, you know. He actually had cunt tattooed right here on his lips, which is crazy. He's had it for 13 years, and his dad still doesn't know. Like, what an amazing place to get it, and then you can just whip it out and show people. That's awesome. Yeah, it made me want to get like a crazy tattoo underneath my lip. Maybe it'd be sick. Um, I forget why I was mentioning this. Well, there was this one guy who got offended. He was an Asian American, and my friend. Well, so there was an Asian American there last night, and he was wearing a green shirt. And the Grab drivers here, the people who ride taxis, like scooter taxis as well, wear a green shirt. And my all my friend asked was, "Oh, like, are you a Grab driver?" Genuinely just asking because he thought it was a Grab shirt. And this guy got so offended. But at the same time, this dude had an inflamed hand. Like, all the guys were saying that he probably broke it because it looked like he just got in a fight. I guess I don't know. When he sat down, he saw me. He was like, what he told me was, "Why are you smiling so much? It's weird." I was like, my bad, man. Sorry. I'm just not a miserable fuck. What am I gonna say? It was weird. But I love traveling, man, for the reason that I meet all these crazy people, And I think I finally am connecting to Indonesians at these local levels, hanging out with them, having laughs and stuff all a bunch the other night in Texau. I mean, the tea village, all the kids saying hi to you. I mean, everyone is super kind. I mean, not everyone. One lady, this has almost never happened in my life, where she's walking on the street, and I'm just like, "Oh, hi, excuse me," and she just looks at me and walks away. I that was crazy. Just completely ignored. I've never seen that in my life. It's nuts. I mean, one other time. Yeah. So not every Vietnamese person is nice, but most of them are really sweet. I think it goes Indonesians, then Vietnamese, and then Malaysians for sure. Malaysians are far down the totem pole. Yeah. Well, I think this is gonna be it. I don't know if anybody wants to. If anybody listened, hey guys, like, this is just a different pod. We're just hanging out, This is what I've been doing. It's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. I'm gonna go into the mountains the next 4 days. I've shit like 5 times, super watery explosions today, and I feel kind of crappy. So hopefully I'm not sick on the bike for the 4 days. Yeah. Well, stay gay, stay cool. Peace out, and here's the Maldives Exile.
So you're saying, and hold the mic just here.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Are you saying that people get stabbed in your country for blasphemy?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you don't really have to be like.
Mike.
Okay, so in Maldives, it's very different. The blasphemy doesn't actually go just for the blasphemy.
Yeah.
You can just want freedom from religion, and just
Yeah.
for wanting that, you are like labeled as blasphemer.
Really?
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to leave it.
So give me an example of like, and what country is this again?
Maldives.
Maldives. And so what's an example of like something very like not bad at all that you would say that they would be like, oh, I'm gonna kill this person, like just that like God's not real or something.
No, you don't necessarily have
Not
to say
even
that.
that.
You can just say, "Oh, maybe I don't agree with this part of the religion," and it can be something like the child marriage, and you can say
Okay.
that. But as if you mention that you don't like it, in a way that someone picks it up on, like, "Oh, this was in religion, and she's." Abortion, things like that,
Right.
you can just say like, I don't agree with this, and like, oh no, she wants to be someone who doesn't follow Islam, and she is trying to take other people with her to the hell.
Yeah.
So it's more like that. You don't necessarily have to like even leave it. Like at the time when I got like labeled as like, um, we have a very serious word in my country for that. It's called okay, it translates it's irreligious, but it's more like a slang word. It's called ladini. So
Okay.
once you can be ladini if you say things like you don't support the okay, if you are underage and you get pregnant, there's no way in Maldives you will get an abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you
Unless you do it like at home, like home style.
Maldives is a small country, lots of things are not really available there.
Yeah, I know, but like I meant like doing an abortion not in a clinic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like if the guy he takes responsibility and he says, oh, I want to take responsibility and I want to be the dad, and then the girl and the boy, both of them get criminal record.
Mm.
And how am I mean, how is someone going to like do it if they already, when they're already underage, and then getting like the criminal record for things like that.
Here's your bread, mate.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. You'll jump in a minute.
Like at the time when I got in trouble, actually they were I didn't even leave the religion because it's illegal. I never did at the time, and I still got like, oh, she's not following Islam to the T.
Really?
Yeah, it's just crazy.
What's the craziest thing that you specifically got in trouble for, like saying or doing?
Oh, it was okay. So at the time when they started investigating me, they couldn't actually get me. Okay, they couldn't sentence me because I didn't have anything that serious, but they still took all my electronics, my family electronics. They were taking my mom to the court, and they were like giving her, my younger sister had like panic attacks because of it. It was like really not going very well.
Sorry, but what did you do? What did you say?
It was just I was just talking about social issues, and it was
just talking about it.
Yeah, it was not necessarily even leaving religion at the time.
Really?
At the time, and and also they have like this thing where they are always fighting to be more religious. I mean, we have like two political parties. They are like the most famous. We have two political parties, and each one is always competing to be the most religious than the other. So they have. I got caught in some of all those things too. I'm not in any of their parties.
Yeah.
But the thing that they do is like when they are getting a lot of heat, they will just um, like to make them less more like to get more how do you use it, okay, to get less attention on them. They will just start talking about other people. So like they also do, like the media was also like posting about me a lot, and they were like crazy posting me. At the time it was like really hard for me. They were also like accusing me of things I didn't even do. And then even after they took all my electronics, because I never did anything really illegal, they couldn't actually find anything, and they said that they are going to return it after they send it abroad, because they couldn't find anything. They think that they always hidden something, so they are going to send it abroad for like finding more, and they never did. And they these people are crazy, like they just want um, more people to be um, how do you say it, they want more people to be
To
in,
conform.
they want okay, when they are getting any kind of heat, they want other people to have them to have less attention, and other people to be focusing on someone else.
Oh, I
And
see.
especially if you're a woman, they hate you more, they just hate
Mm.
us more. Like when I was young, all my teenage life, I used to wear boy clothes to go swimming, to go ride my bicycle, everything. Because like men, they always follow us, and it's just they say it's safe, and they say all these nice things. It's not really safe.
Mm. But boy clothes are safe because boy clothes are so comfy.
Yeah. And also when you go swimming, no one sees you, and like, oh my god, there's a girl, I need to go and disturb her. No one ever did come
Because you were
after
wearing the
me.
boy clothes because you
Yeah.
weren't showing your boobs.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No. Like in Maldives, everyone wears clothes when they go swimming. They don't wear
Oh,
bikinis.
in Canada, people are just showing
I
everything.
know.
It's basically like watching porn at the beach. Yeah, I think I've been hard more at the beach than not. Yeah, it's insane.
And also the funny thing is, when they're working, I used to work in resorts, and when they are working in resorts, they'll be like serving all these bikini girls, and they will be smiling, and they will be so respectful. And I was
Yeah.
like, I was just wearing boy shorts at the time, even when I worked there.
Yeah.
And they will still be like, oh, look at her wearing the shorts. I wasn't wearing anything sexy.
Yeah. Well, you know that's why guys have pockets.
Hmm.
It's so that we can hide our wieners.
What? I didn't know this.
Yeah, this is literally why we have pockets and you guys don't. It's not just to put stuff. It's just for our hand to be in there.
Oh.
Yeah, because you guys get horny in public. It doesn't matter, right?
You know,
No,
for us,
we won't know.
Yeah.
That's the
But
thing.
I
You guys
think
will
if you're
know.
wearing something really, really tight, I think someone can tell. Like,
Well,
I mean,
not if my hand's in there. That's what I mean. My hand will go over it, and so they're just like, "Oh, that guy has his hand in his
oh,
pocket."
no, don't do that.
It's a
Don't do that.
it's a wiener protector, really, a pocket.
Yeah. um,
But that's insane for your country. Do you think like you've been very anti-religion your whole life because of it, or just
no, I
how it's
wanted to be
affecting?
free from religion. I wouldn't say I'm anti, because I want other people to be happy. There are lots of people, like in Maldives, the main reason people so badly want religion is because they're poor. They are fucking poor. Most of them can't afford things, and especially things like running water. It's not there in most parts of the country. They don't have it.
Right.
So like the government, they need to send people to pray for the rain. So like in my island, which is like one of the most top developed island in north region, we have north and south region, and in north region it's like one of the top three islands that's like very developed. And even in my island, you have to actually go and pray for the rain. Yeah, so for these kind of things, the government really need to make people religious, so they just
You hold on. You have to pray for that the rain happens.
yeah, because there is no water. We run out of water like every year, like during
Yeah.
dry season.
But how does the government enforce people praying for the rain?
Or they don't enforce. They will be like encouraging, and they will have like
Ah.
people. They will be like paying people, or like instead of people coming after us, we need to make them more religious, so they go and pray. Easy way. They can easily just provide water and
Yeah.
food.
Oh, that's so
So
greasy.
for these kind of reasons, they actually need to keep people more religious. And the one who is not religious,
Oh,
they're like, oh, the one is
wow.
crazy.
So if God doesn't give us rain, okay, we can blame it on God. But
No,
if
no,
the
no, no,
but
no.
if the government doesn't give us rain, then we still are just like looking at God, no?
No, that's not how they do it. They'll be like, if the God is not giving rain, it must be because of the gay people and the people who are not religious. I told you, like, they have a name for us, like a slang name. It's
You say
Ladini.
us because are you gay?
No. Like for the like for us, I mean, for people who are not religious, they have a name, and they will be like, it's because they are not following religion to the extent it needs to be followed. This is why the God is punishing everyone,
Yeah.
and we need to make everyone like more religious, and
Yeah.
then the God is going to give us more water and more things.
Mm.
Yeah, it's the same with everything. Like whenever there is something bad happens, it's because of the government has not taken precautions.
Yeah.
And something bad happens, we don't have big floods, but anytime anything happens, people lose lots of things. Electronics and these things are very expensive because everything is important in the country.
Mm.
So whenever there is like a shortage of anything, they'll be like, oh, this is the time of unity. So and
Mm.
also the thing they actually investigated me for was called disrupting religious unity. There is no religious unity, it's just the poor people praying for rain. And it's just they not just rain, they just praying for the simplest things. It's just sad to watch, actually, to be honest. Like, I lived in Sri Lanka for 4 years, and when I lived there, I saw like even Sri Lankan government can provide water. Like, they can just easily provide in Maldives, they just don't want to. And I mean, they can easily. And I think they need people to more to depend on the government. We can actually live without the government easily, because we have if the government give us land to like do farming and things like that, we can easily do that. Where everything is taken from us, and they're giving everything to their friends. Like all the islands are rented to their friends to run these resorts and places. And during the pandemic, what they did was, instead of like investing in things like ice plants, what they were investing in was these people who couldn't pay rent for the resorts.
Mm.
They don't need it, they fucking don't need it. Like, people need ice plants because people are losing so much money. They work all day and then they can't store the fish they caught, and it's like a lot of work, to be honest. And not all seasons have like the good amount of fish. So when they need to store them, and the government was not doing that. There were like so many things they did. uh, and whenever like people are like asking for something, they will have some kind of committee. They always make committees that's only their friends are in the committee. They'll be like, oh, we have appointed this thing for a task force, and this task force only has their people, and it's just they're taking money and they're not doing anything.
Mm.
Also, no one goes to jail if you steal from the people. No one goes to jail, they
But
just leave the country.
right. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big news flash, or big like culture shock rather, like coming from Canada, where we don't gotta pray for anything. Yeah, things
Yeah,
are
I know.
there.
I know, I know.
We got the thing. Yeah.
I know. That's what I love. I mean, I don't want to go there, but like, I
Why not?
shouldn't have to. No, I don't want to. Like, they also always say, oh, if you don't. Also, they say there was never a time when they had people who didn't believe in God, which is not true, because there has always been people who are gay and people who don't believe in God. Maldives has always had them.
Well, yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, they have to leave. They have to leave. They are making the land impure. They always say that to us.
Yeah.
What the fuck? There's in every family we have like someone who molests children. In
Oh,
every
God.
family.
What?
In every family.
What? Why?
And they are like always welcome back, because it's so normalized. It's just normalized. They'll be like, oh,
What?
pray to God, and God will forgive you, and then you can just start your new life, and they don't go to jail.
That's you know what, that always weirds me out with like religion, where help yourself to some water if you want, but like
No, I think I'll have a Red Bull. A little
okay,
bit. I won't
sure,
have
go for it.
more. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's always weird to me when people are like, in a lot of these I know like in Christianity, a lot of
Uh-huh.
Protestant Christianity is like that, where you can do basically whatever you want, and as long as you ask for forgiveness before you
Yeah, they
die,
also
you're
do
good.
this. I know.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, well then what's my incentive for following all the rules that I don't agree with?
No,
You know?
in Islam they have this thing, which definitely was written by a man, because they say
Well,
if you
yeah.
go to the heaven, you get to like 72 virgins.
Yes, of course,
And
yeah.
like
You know what's weird about that is, why 72? It's such an arbitrary number. Like, is 71 not enough?
Maybe not. I think whoever wrote it,
Yeah.
because it was not written by God. Definitely was not written by God.
Not
Whoever
that
wrote
bit.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, and whoever wrote it definitely wanted 72 of them.
Yeah, but what was that's so weird, eh? Maybe he just like went to a school that had
Yeah.
72 hot girls.
Yeah,
And then he
yeah.
was always like, "Man, I wish I could have all of them."
Yeah.
You know, and that's where he got obsessed with this number. Like, it doesn't
Yeah,
make any
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah. Because to me personally, I don't even really want virgins. You know?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
you
why
want
is
someone experience?
well, just more than a virgin.
I
You
know.
know, because if I sleep with a virgin, then like she's gonna be all attached and like she's gonna love me immediately because she doesn't. All the hormones are flying and like
No, she might not know she loves you or not because this is your first person.
exactly.
It's her first
Yeah,
person.
she doesn't even know what a wiener is. She doesn't even know. I don't think I want to explore that, to be honest. I would feel bad, I think. And so if I'm in heaven and I'm like, oh, but you guys went your whole life without having sex in Earth, and now
Yeah,
you only
yeah.
get me.
Yeah,
I would want you to have more people for you.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Now,
Yeah.
if it was written by me, how
Yeah.
I would write it is, I would also write someone like more experience, of course.
Yeah,
Like I would
sure.
want someone experience, and like there is no part where they mention what the women are going to get, because they never mention like. I mean, we also have like needs, you know.
Of course.
Go on the tube and like and subscribe so I can survive.